What's up, Steeler Nation? We are the Observers, Grant, Smo, and Chris, here to say goodbye to the 2023
How do
season.
I
Don't do
say
this.
goodbye?
Oh my gosh, dude. I mean, we should be used to this.
Yep. This is the standard.
It honestly, in a weird way, it doesn't. It doesn't hurt as bad as it has. Uh, like I'd said the last day or so, I had just terrible. I don't know. It
I think
Your crystals gave you bad vibes.
it's like, dude, you could see. I mean, you just look at the team. Just say Mason Rudolph, Josh Allen. Like,
yeah. I mean, it definitely doesn't sting as bad as like when you have been in the Killer Bees and you lose those 40 to something, like the game to the Jags, the Browns. Um like at the end of the day, it's yeah,
we could have
it
got.
was Mason Rudolph, it was Michael Walker and Eric Rowe, who I'd never heard of until 2 months ago, playing defense, and appreciate their efforts, as Tomlin was probably said afterwards. But
Yeah,
like
I mean, we were dead in the
those guys were
water.
sitting on their couch 2 months ago for a reason. Same with Miles Jack. I mean, it is what it is. I thought there was a path to win the game. I think it
We
clearly
weren't
presented
gonna.
itself at some point. But yeah, I mean, the odds were stacked against us.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like
mean,
turnovers told the story of the game. That freak fumble from Pickens, like what on earth, dude? Hold on to the ball, go to the ground. Fryermuth almost had one, and then in the end zone, you have that nice drive, and then you have that big point swing in which we should have scored, but then the Bills turned around and made us pay for it. So I feel like the turnovers really, like, we can talk about calls that were made, calls that weren't made, but at the end of the day, controlling the controllables, and we had a shot.
Trolling the controllables. I mean,
yeah,
our game is all season long has been turn them. I've said it numerous times. If our defense is not turning you over, our defense isn't that good. We're not stopping you from scoring. We're just getting lucky with turnovers and splash plays. So if you don't get any turnovers, and then our game has been we don't turn the ball over, but then you do it twice, it's just we don't have the offense in the team to make up for being down two in the turnover battle against a good team, which everyone in the playoffs is a good enough team
without our best player.
without TJ. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm alone in Texas and that there's no one like around me to really talk shit because I'm not, yeah.
I don't even think anyone's talking shit because
We're
no one
10-point
had us.
dogs.
Yeah, no one. I mean, this is like it was barely even talked about on any show. It was just dismissed as like a second buy, which is what it kind of was.
I won't say that. Second bye, because again, you look at the turnovers, if those don't happen,
But they
got a completely
do.
different
They
ball game.
happen.
And then we got within a
They happen because
score.
our players aren't as good as theirs.
Solid quarterback play would go a long ways.
It
We did.
really is, dude. It's crazy. When you try and spin it any which way, just how much we need a quarterback.
And then what's the answer?
There's not free Russell Wilson, free agency. Who else is coming out?
Justin Fields.
Fields, Wilson. I mean, I would take one of them.
Does Fields have the touch? I mean, I guess he's got the big arm, right? And then he's a big athlete, so he'd be able to run. But do
But
we
you
want
got
our
to assume that they're willing to give up on him. I don't know. I mean, it
It's not
starts with an
anybody we
OC.
have.
Starts with an OC. It starts with. I think it's obvious that Tomlin's going to be back next year, so just get rid of the clean house as much as it's likely time to do that.
I'll be shocked if he's not re-signed. And I mean, it's so torn because I like him.
You gotta produce results, dude. It is what it is.
I like him as a person, as the coach. but like, man, is he in a slump? And is it because he doesn't? You can say we don't have a quarterback, but dude, we're
He
giving
had a
up
quarterback for a
30,
decade.
40 points a game on
Yeah,
every
and
playoff game.
he's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. I like Tomlin as the CEO guy, who if he's head coach, that's fine, but there has to be consequences at some point. Like if it's Rooney, I don't know who it is that goes in there and just says like, listen, what we're doing, what we have been doing, is not working. So like, we already let go of the OC, so you got a
But
whole
then
new
is he going
offensive
to say that
staff.
about Tomlin?
You
Like,
got a whole new defensive staff. Like it needs shaken up. It's just not working. What we're doing is not working. The people that we have coaching, the whatever way you're doing it, no one's in this business to go 9-8 and 10-7. That's not the goal.
Did you see what Najee said?
About like the structure or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's Tomlin. But then again, it's like he does win, and the structures must be like, what if he did? What if his structure was good? Like, or what? I mean, I don't know. It's quarterback, dude. We cannot win without a good quarterback. Like, if we have Josh Allen, do we win that game?
Probably.
I don't know.
But I mean, if we had one of the best 3 quarterbacks in the league, do we win that game?
I
Probably.
mean, I don't think Mason played that bad, but I mean, do we win that game? If Josh Allen's on both teams, I think Bills Josh Allen still beats us because we're not stopping him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even on the defensive side, like that, if Austin, no one seems to know what anybody's contract is in the organization. If Austin's is up or if he's going year to year or something, like what they're doing is not. It's not working. Like I don't know how else to say it. Like it's just we get carved up time and time again at the most crucial times in the playoffs like this, and we make it look so easy, so easy. We're like the Cowboys.
We knew
Like,
they were going to run it that last drive, and they
yeah, and they just run it down our throat.
right up the gut.
Yeah.
Every
We did not look like the Cowboys. Cowboys
time. Yeah.
Cowboys got gouged by a team that we beat.
Imagine going 12-5, like demolishing everyone, and then just
Yeah, we've done it before.
I know.
demolishing everyone at home.
I know, dude. God,
Imagine
that's the
going.
worst. That's out there with.
Imagine
13
going
and
11-0 and then
Those are my two worst experience. My two worst sports experiences was 11-9 or 11. I'm sorry, 13-9, and that Jags game.
that's bad.
I guess you could say the Packers Super Bowl, but
I tried like for karma and all these different purposes. Like I didn't talk trash to anyone. I wasn't like you guys suck.
dude, none of
Nothing.
that matters.
Man, I was just like football
That's
guys.
because
Like,
Smo bet
what's
on it.
up? I told y'all. I was
You
like,
should have
please don't
just
do
stayed
this.
away, dude. Let me handle the jinxing.
We had to bet on them because y'all bet on the Titans and the Dolphins
No, I
last week
didn't.
for us to get in.
I did that as
Yeah.
a make good for us
Exactly. So why would you bet on us?
because the line was plus 400.
Dude, you gotta stay away
We
from
had
away
faith.
from us. You gotta stay away from us.
Because we had faith.
I think I've bet on us
Right.
every game this year.
Good grief. This sucks, man. I mean, we got that extra week and all that stuff. We got to be excited. And I'd say this, moving the game to Monday, obviously getting the snow off the field, advantage Buffalo. But then at the same time, our O-line had like really no push. We only had
Oh, yeah,
a
that was
handful.
disgusting.
There's only a
Yeah.
handful of good runs. Broderick didn't have a great game. He gave up a couple of sacks. And there's those people that are like, oh, Tomlin, you need to put him at left tackle, da da da. But we didn't have anybody else to play right tackle effectively. And Dan Moore switching him to right tackle and letting Broderick be at left tackle, it would have been even worse. We went through quarterbacks because of when Kenny got hurt, Trubisky sucked. We would have went through quarterbacks because Dan Moore was getting them murdered. What can you do, man? Like we've got holes in the roster.
What's the biggest hole?
Quarterback.
Can we all agree that none of the three on that we have are going to be our like franchise guy?
No, probably not. Yeah. I just still think they.
I mean, Mason looked good. I mean,
Mason
not
and
good,
Kenny,
but he's a good backup.
Mason and Kenny have both proven that they can win games. That's not saying I'm not saying someone's a. I'm not saying that they're a franchise, whatever. But when you're a team that's got, we're the highest paid defense in the league, and we've got holes everywhere on the defense. Like that, I think the whole roster still needs to be like level set around filling lots of holes. Like, yeah, do we need like if we had an all-star quarterback, are we still like we're still trotting out all those holes that we are? Like Cam doesn't sound like he might be playing next year, and even if he does, he's obviously not the Cam that he used to do. So there's a huge hole in the D line. Ogunjobi's just gonna be another year older, and he was nothing special this year. So you've got Benton as a D lineman. We didn't even dress Liao, so that was a wasted pick 2 years ago. You got TJ. Herbig looks like a solid backup. Highsmith, he's good when TJ's in there. Middle linebacker is patchwork free agents.
Empty.
All coming back from injury. You got Porter and what else at corner? You've got Minka and what else at safety? There's holes everywhere. Every level of that defense is a ginormous hole.
Yeah, but every defense I mean, everybody has holes.
The NFL's turning into flag football, anyways. The Steeler way,
By the way, this episode, I'm cool if it's an hour and a half. Like, let's just get it out. I'll sit here and we'll just do this for now.
The NFL that we all loved, and that includes Steeler fans that talk about back in my day in the 70s, whatnot, it's dead. Defense is no more. We want it to be flag football. It's all inclusive.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, you got to switch the style you play, man. Someone has to lead the league in defense still, and teams do. Like the Ravens are the number 1 defense in points allowed, number 6 in yards allowed. That's
Those
a good
boys
defense.
get cooked though. Like
that's a good defense.
Marlon Humphrey gets cooked on a regular basis.
Clearly not if they're the top defense in the league.
He ain't good.
Okay, well, Kyle Hamilton is, Roquan Smith is, Patrick Queen is.
Patrick Queen's okay. Roquan Smith is good. He's second to what's his name over in San Fran.
My bad. These other and like, you know, someone like them, they've got. I'm just like going through their roster because I don't know a whole lot of their roster. But they, like, yeah, I love TJ, but the Ravens have got like a guy with 13 sacks, 9.5, 9, 5, 3, like it's not just one guy doing it all. Like they're coming from different angles. They got guys at different levels.
I don't think our guy. Like outside of Tomlin, like there's no like qualified coaches. I mean, I'm the DC, the OC, like
we need to quit doing favors.
That's Tomlin.
We need to quit doing people favors, man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
I mean, we let Flores go. His defense in Minnesota was better than ours statistically.
So Chris thinks that we could never ever replace Tomlin.
I'm not talking Tomlin. I am not in a position.
I'm talking to Allen.
So.
I'm talking to Smoda.
All right. Y'all
he
go
thinks
ahead.
he thinks that he has never, there has never been in the history of this league a coach replaced or a new coach come in. Like that, it's never happened.
Well, you're not going to sit here and
unless
I mute my video and take the damn headphones off. You ain't going to sit here and talk crazy. But I just don't see where is another 10-year candidate. And also, there are a lot of openings.
You didn't know Mike Tomlin's name before they hired him.
Let me finish this though. There are a lot of openings, and some of those openings, the premier candidates are going to go for the ones with a quarterback. You just mentioned the holes that we have. Is right now the time to be like, hey, come coach the Pittsburgh Steelers and have who knows what?
Hey, come find your quarterback. You pick him. Like this, you find your guy. We don't got one right now. You get him.
But what's that
Okay.
going to require? Is it going to be in free agency, or what kind of draft capital are we going to have to give up? I just feel like we go from at least having a shot to going
We
into
don't,
the
Yeah.
fucking
we don't
dark
have a
ages.
shot. Are you
anybody-
out of your mind? We don't have a fucking shot.
If you get into the playoffs, you have a shot.
In hell. I
You
mean,
have a shot. There is a shot. And we had a puncher's chance in that game. If George Pickens doesn't fumble that and give them like premier field position, shoot, like what could have been if Mason doesn't throw a pick in the
but
damn
that's
end
part of the
zone?
game.
It is part of the game, but for the love of Pete, even if we just say the fumble itself, and then we were able to bring it back within 7. So if you think about that, they don't get those points there. At a point, we got a tie ball game. So yes, we did have a shot at it. I just think that he
Then
goes.
what? Then what?
Dude,
Who do we get?
We
And
we
then
go to the Ravens. And
we go to the
slug it
Ravens
out.
where we go to the
slug it
Ravens
out
where
with
for the
them.
last 4 years they lost all but one game.
We slug it out with them, and near impossible to win 3 times in a row against a team in one season.
I don't know. Over 4 years, we beat them 7 out of 8 times. I don't know.
And then what? We go to Houston, or we go to Kansas City. And then what? We go to play the Niners, dude. With Mason,
TJ would have been back by the time we got to
TJ was back
Kansas City.
when we played the Niners the week 1.
What I'm saying is TJ would have been back to play Kansas City. I just think we are going to end up being.
Do you think that we're close? Do you think that we're close? We just said how many holes do we have, but do you think? But you're talking like we're this close.
Another solid draft, along with that includes solid quarterback play wherever it is that we find it. But another solid draft class where we get people contributing the way that they did this year, which is rare, by the way. That's 5 rookies that made pretty significant contributions throughout the season. If we were to hit even like a percentage of that, 75% we'll say of that, we got 3 of them coming in and doing well, then I'd say, yeah, we'd have a good shot on top of, decent, consistent quarterback play.
But
I think
where do we get that?
gonna have a solid draft, but then at the same time, I think Tomlin goes. I think that we set ourselves back. That's how I see it.
It would break my heart to see him go.
Break your heart. I will be dead inside.
Okay.
I mean,
Tomlin.
dude,
I will.
Not
You'd
really.
love the next guy.
Yeah, hey, listen,
Bill Belichick just left.
Bill
front of the
Belichick,
jersey, dude.
but Bill Belichick fell apart after Tom Brady
But
left.
Bill Belichick won more Super Bowls, almost won more Super Bowls than Mike Tomlin's won playoff games.
He had Tom Brady. Tom Brady, as soon as he left New England,
Tomlin
what
had
did he do?
Ben Roethlisberger, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell.
Tom Brady, but the thing is, and I'm glad you brought up AB. Tom Brady went to the Buccaneers. Who did he go get? AB. What did he do? Won a Super Bowl. What did Bill Belichick do? Fell the fuck apart. I'm saying.
I'd rather
We
be
can
the
talk-
Pats
we-
with the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah.
What's our
you,
pick?
You said you'd rather be
21.
them?
21.
That's
Can
where
you do so? 20. Okay, so
Should I start up the mock draft and see who's there at 21?
oh, good grief.
no, we're not ready for that. But cheers to us though. This first year's in the books. What did we start this about right now? Last year?
Sometime before the draft, right?
Nah, it was like right after the season.
Oh,
Right
was
after
it?
our last
Was it?
game, yeah.
It was after? I thought we did something even when we went to
No.
Atlanta.
No.
We did something. We started it like, I'm sure that's on the internet. Right about now.
Find us
Like
on
we-
YouTube, dog.
Right
on.
about now.
Because we did the Super Bowl special. So we made it a whole year. You guys made it a full year. I made it like 3/4.
Yeah.
But to my credit, now to the audience, you guys actually might have jinxed us
Episode
today.
1 was January 30th, 2023.
All right, so we're not a full year yet, and a lot can happen in 15 days.
Dude, you were slugging it in the garage.
You guys did not. You guys really might have messed us all up today because Chris who never signs off, just went off on the first quarter. And Smo stopped watching the fucking game. And here I am with 2 kids by myself working, like pulling this team across the goal line, like giving everything. And the observers are on the sidelines.
Y'all started saying game over and
That
all
was a
that.
joke. That was a
I
joke.
couldn't
Did you
deal
not
with. I
see?
couldn't.
Did you
the
not
ne-
see the emoji? Ha 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 ha.
the
And it
just
was game over, by the way. We
Oh,
never
yeah.
did get to 21 points.
the negativity? I just was like, I can't do it. I'm gonna go stand
Well,
outside.
everything I
Just
said
freeze.
happened. And last night I wanted to take you by the neck because you were like, you made it sound like I was so dumb. You were like, oh, we're gonna do this. The safety's gonna get it. Bang. I was like, oh, I'm worried about the tight ends. Yeah. A record set. Both tight ends scored in like the first 10 seconds. And you're like, no, that wouldn't happen. Why would you think that would happen? I'm really worried about Josh Allen running. Nah, I can't run. We're going to do him like Lamar. Bang, ran
Yeah,
like 52 yards.
yeah. They did have to move the
Yeah,
game, so there
that
wasn't
fake
snow on the
slide
field.
nonsense.
That was a
Don't get me
hole
on that. Don't get me.
burst.
There was a hole on row. Yeah. First off, I'm
How do
looking
you
back
miss
at the
that?
stats. There ain't no fucking way they only had 2 penalties this entire game. I saw
I
so
really
many
do think the
uncalled
NFL
holds.
didn't want us in that.
I
We're
saw
not
so many uncalled holds.
we're not shiny enough right now for the NFL to want us to be in there.
But yeah, Eric Rowe gets held on that run up the middle, clear as day. And then that's a fake slide, dude. He lets it like the NFL.
He
They're not going
basically stopped
to
running.
because he saw the defender coming and he was like, and then when he saw the defender let up, he started running again. Like that's the goddamn rule. Like that's literally what was put in. Like I'm sorry he didn't like start the slide motion like Kenny did, but like that was it. It was clear.
And then
Clear
they
as day.
penalized us for hitting him when he slid. But when Jack had already dove, like, how are you supposed to stop?
I mean,
don't understand.
nothing's going to change on that front. That's just the NFL these days. But
Oh,
defenders
the
are
NFL's
in a
dead.
tough spot. Defenders are in a tough spot.
NFL that we knew and loved, the physicality. Like James Harrison couldn't play in today's league.
He would have adjusted. Debo. Happy Martin Luther King Day, by the way. It's a great day off today.
I want to
Yeah,
say
dicks
something
kicked
so.
in.
I want to say
Say
something
it.
so off color, but nah, I'm gonna
Say
leave
it.
it be.
You're approved. This is Observers After Dark. Season's over. Raw. Emotion. Let it fly.
I'm gonna let this laptop fly out the damn window, to tell you that.
So I tell you what, I do like how Mason, he hangs in there, man. He will stand in there the last second. There's a lot of times I thought he's about to sack fumble, and somehow he got it off.
Yeah, when he tries to run though.
Those tip
I-
balls were pissing me off, man. I
Yeah.
hate
He
tip
pulled
balls.
off. He got
Ben
first
always
down.
did that.
I don't know, man. You were talking about defense and tackling. How about Patrick Peterson missing that sack on Josh Allen? That was a nice little opportunity there.
Was that
Yeah,
him? I missed
was
that. I was
bad,
cleaning
yeah.
up piss.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, good grief. That dude is huge. I get it, but it wasn't like he like shook him off.
I
Was
don't,
like,
dude.
get off me.
Why don't doesn't someone just like clean him out one time? Like really lay him out.
We talked about KZ doing it, and KZ had a shot at him, and the way he bought Josh Allen is a big boy. Like
Josh
it's
Allen's amazing,
yeah, he's a big kid, but
but I'm
KZ
annoyed
had
by
a
him
shot
too.
at him.
If you had to, if you had to pick one quarterback still left, who would you take?
To like start my team or like be my favorite
Next year.
player.
Whoever there's what 6 teams left.
If I had to take one quarterback
You get one
to roll into
quarterback
next year,
to roll into this roster next year. Who you taking?
probably Mahomes or Stroud.
Man, Mahomes is so good, dude.
He's like the best quarterback of all time. So yeah, you have to say Mahomes.
He really is.
Yeah.
He's gonna be.
I'm looking at that hit on Joey Porter Jr. right now. I mean, dude just a lineman dove into his back.
But is that illegal? He was already making the tackle.
I just don't. What's he blocking? Like,
I mean, I think he was trying to
I
push
guess
him
push
forward.
push the pile or whatever, but
Yeah. But that play was massive.
all right, here's our unrestricted free agents.
I saw that briefly, and none of them excited me, so I don't care if they all leave.
Yeah. None of them. You could maybe see Killebrew back on special teams.
Who
Maybe
blocked the field goal?
Mason, Armand. No, Montravius Adams. They said.
Do you have a list up on your computer right now?
I'm looking at it.
Can you share your screen?
It's on my phone.
Oh damn.
It's nobody good.
Yeah, it's Mason, Quan, Miles Killebrew, Montravius Adams. All right, so Mason, you could come back and compete if you want, whatever. Quan, we got you on the cheap like right before the season started, so like if you're healthy, maybe we'll do that again if we're in need. Killebrew, he can come back as a special teamer. Montravius Adams, whatever. Levi Wallace is gone. Michael Walker is gone. Miles Boykin likely gone. Marcus Golden probably gone. Shannon Sullivan gone. Elijah Riley gone. James Pierre gone.
Bring Gunner back.
Armand Watts
recently.
He was a decent like depth D. Some of these depth D linemen have to come back. And Blake Martinez gone.
You know what's like next, put this on record. Next preseason, like no matter what happens, we will never be as high as we were going into.
I won't watch it.
But going into week 1 of this season was the highest I've ever been. Take me to ecstasy without taking ecstasy. That's what they did to me.
Sounds good.
That's 50 Cent.
That's like they sold us this product. It was like they had the coolest advertising for it, and you get it, and it just like falls apart.
Dude, it's seriously like buying something off TikTok. And it comes from China, and it's in pieces.
I don't watch anything on TikTok to make a purchase from it. So, and then there we go. Maybe that's why I'm old school, because I don't do the Tic Tacs and the flag football that is the NFL nowadays.
You're not old school, dude.
Dude, I don't
You're
do
new as
this
they
newfangled.
come. You're brand new.
Yeah, right. I don't know new music. I don't watch television. All I watch is football now. Shit, it's become
What score the Eagles game?
very puff league or whatever.
16-9 Tampa at the half.
I got Philly -3. That doesn't look good.
Nope.
I mean, it's a lot of games that we played.
Halftime already?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sad, boys. I'm
like I said, I'm not
out.
that sad. I'm not that sad. I'm sad, but like tomorrow I'll be okay.
You know what it is? It's I went out yesterday, and when you're in your 30s, hangovers take a few days to recover, or a trip to the ER. And on top of like with the Steelers losing, no, I'm miserable right now.
How soon do we start interviewing offensive coordinators?
I mean, when can we start? I don't think is it allowed?
It's got.
Are we
they're
not-
Did you take
interviewing head
McCarthy?
coaches
If
right
they fire
now.
McCarthy, are you taking him?
I would take. I don't
Pittsburgh
think
guy.
they will. I can't see Tomlin getting like some up and comer. And also I think that's fine.
Or what about
dumb.
somebody bigger than him?
Well, I think like a McCarthy,
See, that's what I think
an
his
Arthur
problem
Smith,
is.
a Frank Reich, like one of these failed head coaches who are offensive guys.
I don't think he likes a name bigger than him.
I find that to
makes
be
sense?
no. That goes along. There's narrative in Steelers comment sections in which they try to call Tomlin insecure, but I would combat that with the fact
I don't
that
think he's insecure at all, but like
whenever saying, "Oh, I don't think he likes a name bigger than his," he was asked about, the last time he won a playoff game and if this team was wanting to win and break that streak. And he said, I don't think that they really care. In all
I saw
honesty,
that. It
like
was
what
really good.
Yeah.
and so that's what I'm saying. Like that whole narrative around like, oh, I don't think Tomlin is like, he's got a fragile ego, da 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 da. But what he said is like, when Nick Herbig Nick Herbig was probably in ninth grade during our last playoff win. I don't think that he cares. I don't ask them to
I
tote
think
my
I was
luggage.
too.
So no, you weren't. No, but you acted like it. I know.
Felt like it.
So young. But yeah, man, that whole thing, I don't think that matters to him. I mean, he did bring Brian Flores in. He extended an olive branch to him, and that could have created a ton of rumors. I'm hearing people like, "Oh, have him be our head coach." But nah, I wouldn't say that's the concern at all.
All right. Just a thought.
I don't know. I think we usually have like locker cleanout day the next day or two. So you'll probably see some interviews, like his final press conference. I mean, all the local reporters keep saying that he's likely to be extended shortly after the season. And it would be very difficult to go hire an offensive staff and like bring people in when you don't know how long you yourself are going to be there. Like if your contract status is up in the air.
Do you think he would walk off on his own, like they say, like Peyton did? No, he's not. You're
can't
not
see
giving
it.
up the Pittsburgh Steelers job, dude. You're not giving that up.
I can't. He's got the Kush is fucking. He hasn't won a damn thing in a decade, and just gets talked about like he's the greatest coach of all time. Why would you leave that?
He's like, just gotta win 9 games, and I'll be on ESPN.
By this
everywhere.
point, he's paid very well. He's going
His
to the Hall of
family's
Fame.
there.
Yeah, I mean, like, no, I don't, and I don't know what job. And then someone like him,
Yeah,
I
where's he
think
gonna
would,
go? Tennessee?
yeah, like, what's he gonna do? Like, where you're gonna take everyone out to LA to coach the Chargers again and play Patrick Mahomes twice a year? Like, no, I can't see him wanting to leave the job he has. But yeah, I don't know how soon you can start interviewing coordinators. Like they definitely need to just like put out an open call. Like it is what it is. They are a good enough team. But they're clearly not gonna. They can't tank. They can't tear it all down. There's too many good players. We just saw it this year.
How do you win 10 games and just feel so far away from the Super Bowl?
Quarterback. It's always going to come down to that. It's the quarterback.
I know. No, we do not have one.
We could overcome a lot of BS with good quarterback plays for someone that can keep us on the field.
100%. Exactly what Buffalo did tonight. Their defense.
But then what do you? Then you go
defense
back
gave up
to
all those
when we
points.
had the quarterback. There's like a systemic.
Yeah,
thing
but
on
then
the
we didn't have a
defense that
defense.
but that's what I'm like. That's why I'm saying like it needs to. If you gave us Josh Allen next year and we got to the playoffs, I'd be like, all right, cool. We're gonna lose 50-40 then. Like I can't buy into it until I like see it anymore.
We also have holes in the secondary. We gotta get another corner.
Did you see that
Darius
one
Rush,
lineup we had where it was like our last playoff, like whatever it was like who we trotted out there to try and win? Burns. Like terrible players.
Jarvis Jones.
Yeah.
we tried to MacGyver victory quite a bit.
We don't stay. We haven't been very lucky injury wise.
No,
recently.
it would be nice to lose a game with like the full squad. Like I would have kept. What annoyed me tonight was coming out flat again, like we've done the last 6 times. So like when we got down 21, I was like, I can't. And it being just dumb shit, like the fumble, the interception ends. I'm like, I can't watch this anymore. They don't have the team to come back from 21. And all I'm doing is watching a generational quarterback pick apart Eric Rowe and Miles Jack. Like I can't watch this anymore. Like if that was our full roster of people out there and it was a game, like we get to the playoffs and we're always missing like key pieces. It's never just like nobody's.
Right. Like the Ravens are fully loaded right now. Even Mark Andrews back. I mean, what did Minka, Cam, and TJ play? What, like 10 fucking snaps the whole season?
Yeah. So then Minka just got back. All
Then
those inside
TJ goes out.
linebackers, like bless Landon Roberts, but like he wasn't signed to play 90% of the snaps at middle linebacker. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know.
All right.
That
Well,
year our
it's all right.
defense was good. We lost Bud and Bush his rookie year, and Bush was I still go back. He was fine his rookie year of at least flying around and being around the ball. That second year, I mean, it's like losing him and then Dupree, and we were just toast.
Yeah.
I think we were playing like Sean Spence or something. So we signed him.
Did it look to go back to like the slow start thing?
Spillane.
It looked like we were gonna be okay. We went to that screen early on,
That
which
was
I feel
great.
like, yeah, I feel like that's something we wouldn't do until like the second or third drive. So that was cool to see that as early as we did. And then what we ended up punting on that drive. We picked up like one first
Oh
down.
God, we haven't even talked about punter yet.
No, we can't even. I mean,
Get the fuck out of here,
fuck
man.
you.
That
That is such a big deal.
Sorry to derail you.
yeah,
I mean, so we punted it from the 50. They got it on the 24. I mean, like that's not good.
His first punt was we were 4th and 8 from our own 49. I'm looking at the play-by-play now. Presley Harvin III punted for 31 yards, no return. 31
And
yards.
Meanwhile, the Buffalo punter has half a hamstring on his thigh and bombs 146 yards.
Their punter punts it from their own 35, 47 yards to our 18 without a return because he put it right on the fucking sideline. From the 35 to the 18, flip the field. We get it to midfield and we can't flip the field.
And there was another one where he punted. Calvin Austin caught it at like the 7,
Yeah.
right in the corner. Tony Romo was like, I don't know how to caught that one. Did you see Buffalo had like there were no assigned seats? It was just sit or stand wherever you wanted today.
Was the snow?
Mm-hmm. That'd have been awesome.
Yeah, we should have gone.
Yeah, dude, man, imagine that.
imagine going for that performance.
We'd be housing some wings tonight.
I know. I hadn't had chicken wings. I was out watching football, no wings the whole time.
Did you go out of the house today?
No, I didn't leave this place once. I feel like I'm in prison. I did shower.
All right. Final grades. We do grades. Grade the season.
Grade each position groups.
All right, we'll go.
I like when they do that.
Yeah, I
Here,
like
let
that
me
too.
type it up. So we'll have
For the season.
hang on, we'll do head coach, OC,
I would say not each
QB,
player.
QB,
Yeah, each
just a
player.
position group. Running backs, wide receivers, O line, tight ends, D line. We'll do
This is
outside
for the
linebackers.
season, right?
Yeah, this season.
Okay.
Corners,
Want
safeties,
to share screen?
punter, kicker.
You put it in Comic Sans font. I like it to be. I want to at least have some
Put
kind
in
of
Saudi Arabia font or whatever that is.
Saudi
Arab-
Arabian.
Arabic.
All right, can you see this?
I see it. All
All
right,
right.
let's start at the bottom. Kicker A. Everyone agree there?
Yeah,
Boz missed one field goal.
Yeah, Boz was an A.
And it was
that means
BS.
that means his bad year's coming next year because he's usually off and on.
Yeah. It was after they called that offsides, remember when he missed?
Yeah,
Punter, I mean.
punter's an
Did he
F.
go lower than F?
F minus.
Safety.
C.
C.
Yeah.
Minka didn't have a. I mean, he didn't
Can't
stay
go.
healthy
We
this
need
year.
splash out. Minka's getting paid too much to just be a regular dude out there, and he got
'Cause He
hurt.
makes so many tackles, dude.
Yeah, really, dude. He was playing like a linebacker.
I get it, but
He was like Terrell Edmonds.
He's
okay,
so
great.
important.
Knock a fucking fumble out then.
I'm only giving a C because he got hurt. All right, cornerback. That's B for me. I mean, Joey played great. There's nobody else.
Yeah, that's
I
the only
mean,
problem.
but then there's Peterson and Levi. I mean, B is generous. I'd
That's
say
B for
C.
Joey. Okay, all right, I'll get C. I'm in for C.
All right.
What do you say, Smo? Be the
Yeah, I mean, Joey
tiebreaker.
was amazing. They, it's got. I mean, it's got to be C. I mean, I put Joey for a rookie season at an A. I give Pat Pete.
He
I
came
give-
around.
Yeah, I mean, he had a rough start. I think at the start he was playing in ways they didn't want him to be playing because they weren't playing Joey yet. I'd give Pat Pete like a B minus for what he
That's
is.
crazy. He didn't start. I forgot about that.
And then but like Levi was just a fucking waste. And then we never got to see Trice, James Pierre, and yeah, it's just got to be C. It's just Joey bringing it up, Pat trying to keep it up, everyone else bringing it down.
We already chose inside linebacker
Oh
without
no,
us saying
whoops, no inside linebacker.
C. No, I'm just kidding. Inside
Injuries,
linebacker.
man. Like I'll
Honestly,
say
They were doing well
before the injuries,
Yeah.
like Quan and Holcomb. Holcomb had a shaky start, but he settled in. Quan was all over the field. And Landon in a limited role was a great pickup.
I'm good for B minus there.
Even those guys who came in, dude, played their asses off down the stretch. It's just
Yeah,
they're
Jack
limited.
coming back. He
Yeah, I
was
mean,
fine.
there's a reason they weren't on a team. Say B.
B.
I would say many a times throughout the season we said that these guys have already made like more plays than Bush, Spillane, and
yeah.
oh yeah,
Right.
like they were, yeah.
I mean, OLB's A.
Yeah.
They're like the damn. Oh, yeah. I was gonna say the inside linebackers are like ground troops. I mean, it was just
TJ
one up
leading the league
after
in
the other
sacks.
one.
Leading the league in sacks again. Highsmith played well. Herbert came in and played well. D line. I don't know. I only know two D linemen on the team, so
I mean, Ogunjobi's a lot of money for limited results. Cam
how
does
were
his
we against
best,
the
but
run?
he's
What do you think
old.
against the run we were this year? Decent. I think that's how you judge that position. I'm good with C. Average.
Yeah, I'd say average there too. Cam was not Cam. It didn't feel like, he's always talking about stay in your gaps. I feel like he would not be in his gap sometimes. He did get hurt too, and he missed some time.
Benton's a bright spot. Loudermilk seems to be a
Yes.
bust. DeMarvin Leal seems to be a bust. I think he's got
I don't
another year to
see
maybe
this,
like
dude.
show it.
Leal didn't, yeah, I was gonna say Leal didn't, he was inactive
Yeah.
a couple of games this year.
I'm pouring one more rip here for the end of the season.
Tight ends.
D.
I think we expect more. Yeah. I mean, I'm cool with going low on that.
D. Blocking was terrible, misused.
Connor's a nice
Fumbles.
little player. And maybe that's the misuse is on the scheme. Like we'll never know. But like, yeah, Muth had the one game against Cincinnati, that first game without Canada, when they worked the middle of the field with them. But otherwise, like just inconsistency.
Yeah.
O-line.
They were up and down. I'd give them middle of the road because at times we could run the ball. At times quarterbacks were getting killed. I'm
I mean,
okay with this. Go.
I'm just trying to like Dan Moore is like a
Trash.
C at best. Say Amalo came around the end of the year, I'd probably give him like a B. Mason Cole is no better than a D.
Trash.
Just the bad snaps alone.
I mean,
think
they got Najee to
Daniels
1,000.
is steady.
How many yards do you think Warren had? Without looking it up.
He had like 600, 700.
Chris?
700 and some, pushing 8.
784. So that's not bad. Almost, over 1,000 rusher and then another almost 1,000. I mean, I'd say D plus, C minus.
I'd say I would give him
They
C.
got the
Broderick-
quarterbacks killed, dude. That's the problem is they get the quarterbacks murdered.
Broderick came in and we
they got
started
They
running
decent-
had a
well.
2,000-yard rusher, and you're like, I mean, 1,000-yard rusher, almost another one. So maybe like D plus.
They're just so bad at pass blocking. Like, so bad. Dan Moore
I was gonna say, yeah, Dan Moore as a C. Whenever he was even graded out as the worst pass blocking tight end in the NFL.
On earth.
Do we do D?
On this earth, Dan, you're the worst. Getting paid to do this, you're absolutely the worst.
Remember when Max Crosby, they showed those slow-mo replays of him just dominating Dan Moore?
I
Oh,
go D
dude.
plus. Yeah, D. D's fine.
Good grief.
Receivers,
Oh,
C.
yeah, I had to say C. Too
C at
inconsistent.
best.
It's
Too
gotta be C at
inconsistent.
best. Yeah.
Attitudes, running
Oh,
backwards,
We
fumbling,
only have 2 of them.
deleting your social media.
although Deontay running backwards today got us a crucial first down, which kept the
Now,
drive alive. So it worked today, but
now
you're
wide
right.
receiver talent wise, A. Like these guys are good.
Yeah.
They just don't live up to it.
They're just the goon squad.
They need to be. We need an OC, man, to scheme something up. Like those 2, I still think there's hope for Calvin Austin.
What's the chances we re-sign Faulkner?
I think he could come back as the same. The running
No,
backs
no,
are
no.
great.
OC.
As an OC, oh my god, I might quit. I might quit the team.
What are the chances?
He wasn't even the one calling plays. We can't.
40%. I mean, would you run it back, Faulkner and Mason?
No,
Dear goodness.
no.
Okay. Wide
I mean,
receiver.
I let him
C.
interview because he obviously wasn't able to run his own offense. He wasn't even calling the plays.
Does he have a fucking?
Yeah, that's the thing. We'll never
offense?
know. And I don't. I will give him credit is that at least throughout he's probably the only coach on our staff that's like considered an up and comer. Like has some
He
pedigree
is?
to. Yeah, Faulkner is. Yeah,
How old
running
is
back.
he?
You just said it, dude. He's a running back coach. We've had no issue
Alright.
with running backs producing. He picked up Jalen Warren off of undrafted free agent. These dude's putting up 800 yards as a backup.
Wide
Anyway,
receiver C, running
Yeah.
backs. I'll give him an A. They did what they could, dude. We gave the line a D, and they're both
They get
knocking.
pummeled. Najee, the first 6, 8 games of the year, Najee was getting hit 3 yards deep every time he touched the
Yeah,
ball.
I mean these guys are
That poor guy.
and they're durable.
Yeah,
That's big. They're durable. They're like strong. A for them. Quarterback, F. 100% F for me. Trubisky,
Trubisky's
Z.
an F.
Get
Z.
out of here.
Z.
Go.
Dude,
I
take
said-
your fucking 6 wife and get out of town.
A 6. Hillary is not a 6. She's better
She
than
is
that.
a 6, and you would never speak to her.
She is very
You
beautiful to
would
me.
not talk to her at Beverly's. You don't even act like you would.
I don't know,
Dude,
man.
Dude, no, I mean you can't.
You
even
try to
consider-
say Pickett's girl is Kenny. Man, what happens to him?
I mean,
who? Kenny? I don't know him.
They didn't even show. Did they even
Yeah.
show him on the sidelines today?
Smo wanted him in.
Yeah,
When he threw that pick?
I will say Mason. So what? Mason went 3-0. So we went 10-7.
No,
he
he
Mitch
looks
went-
lost.
0-3. Well, I'm talking about regular season. So what? Kenny? What that makes what? Kenny 7-4. Mason 3-0. So the only thing that I wouldn't give an F for is that they wanted. I don't think Mason deserves an F. And I think
Okay, so let's say
Should we
Mason
tier
deserves
it?
an
I think
A.
Mitch is an F.
We should let's
Mason,
separate
Mason,
him.
given the circumstances, is an A, dude.
All right, Mason A.
That dude didn't
Kenny
see the field
C,
once.
and Trubisky F.
I'm gonna give them like a D plus.
All right,
They won games, didn't turn the ball over.
Kenny's not durable, dude.
Mason far exceeded, and Mitch was just god awful.
How many games has he missed now in 2 years?
Yeah, dude, that's a problem.
Yeah. All
Because
right.
he spins
We're
in
not
the
in a good
sacks.
spot.
How about when you ever see that that video on his or X whenever they're like Yeah, but can your quarterback do this? And it's just Kenny just high stepping real fast at just working out in the offseason. He's always doing is shuffling his feet real fast. Like he's training so hard, always doing like mark time. And they're like, yeah, but can your quarterback do this? God. All that offseason work he did just to run sideways out of the pocket. Step up like Mason, be a man.
Yeah, give your receivers a chance. Can we scheme them open, man? Tell you what.
If you ask the receivers who they like the most out of those three, who do you think they're taking?
Probably Mason.
Probably.
Mason gave him a chance.
Deontay.
I mean, I will say
hates
if you look
Trubisky.
at the
DJ
just like
hates
the
Trubisky.
numbers,
I think he punched him. There was
I
a
think
story
he
that
did
he
too. I
did.
think he fucking.
I think
stabbed
they
him.
definitely will be fine with Mitch gone.
I can't see him being back in the league.
After what he's done, he got us that win against Cincinnati last year, first week.
The
And
defense got
then
us that win against Cincinnati.
he made that. Hey, there was a throw that went to DJ. He like
Minka
let
got
a
us that win by
one-handed.
blocking an extra point.
Let's not forget. Kenny against Trevor Lawrence. Preseason game.
Kenny got hurt that game.
Nope.
That's
Preseason game the year before.
when he stood in the pocket, yeah, but he didn't get to finish that game against the Jags.
Yeah.
What happened to him
Preseason game.
What happened to him standing in the pocket? He did it against the Browns, that long touchdown to George Pickens. He did stand in the pocket, take a shot.
It's because the line lets his head bounce off the floor like it's a fucking
Yeah.
evolution basketball.
I
He
mean,
doesn't want to stand in the pocket.
I get that he has rolled into his fair share of sacks, but like even remember his pass
That's an
to
indoor ball.
CA3 and
Yeah.
the Raiders game, he got destroyed on that. Yeah, I mean it is what I don't know what we do at quarterback, man.
Dude, we're taking Russ. We're getting Russell Wilson. I'm telling you right now.
We might,
He's coming.
dude.
We're not paying him Russ money.
I mean, we don't
We're
have to
not
pay him Russ.
Denver's
money.
paying him.
Denver's paying him.
Denver's
Russ money.
paying him.
Oh,
He's
really?
coming to Pittsburgh. Yeah.
I was gonna say because we're
getting him on the cheap.
We're
He
not
can't be doing
supporting.
that gay shit when he comes here. Don't be doing that higher than thou shit. I'm doing high knees on the plane to London. Like, no. You're coming in here working hard. My garbage can just opened when I said that. But we're
The
getting
robots are
Russell
taking
Wilson.
over. I was gonna say we're not supporting Sierra, all their kids.
Yes,
and
we will
Futures,
support Sierra.
and Futures
we will
kid
support
too.
Sierra.
We're
Whatever she
not
needs.
Futures kid. We ain't paying for all them.
All right. OC was an F. We'll continue this. OC was an F.
Yeah.
DC. I can't put
D?
the turnovers on the DC. Like I can't. That's the only good thing about the defense this year was TJ and turnovers.
I mean, D, dude.
All right.
You pissed away you played decent all season, then you get to the playoffs, you give 30 points again.
Head coach.
I mean, it's a C season again. Winning record, blown out in the playoffs. Last year in my garage, I gave us an F. This year, I'm up from an F to a C with the same result.
I'd say C's fine. Got the 10 wins.
I can go with that. So
Pissed away too many
how
opportunities.
did we win 10 games with this? Look at these grades.
I know, dude. What do we average out to be? There's a lot of D's in there. It looks like a report card. 2, 3, 4.
I mean, that's probably roughly a C average.
Yeah, we're an average team. That's about right. Man, coming to you hot from the observers, nailing it every time as usual. Your C graded Steelers, the 2023 Steelers.
Ugh.
All right.
So what do we? All right. So let's have a.
This is how long have we been talking?
Yeah.
No one's. If you've made it this far, you are top 1% of the Observers fan group, and you will be getting a gift.
So we've got
From Grant.
We
From me.
could. So there's Russ.
Okay.
There's exploring the Justin Fields trade route. There's Kirk Cousins coming back from injury.
Okay. What did they do with? Would you take Dak?
That I don't think they. I mean, I would, yeah, but I don't think.
What
I don't
about
think
guys
Dallas is
like
getting rid of him.
Dak, Tua,
I don't want to.
Tannehill,
No thanks.
Mm,
Jimmy G,
no.
thanks.
Cousins, Danny
If-
DeVito or Tommy DeVito,
no,
Mac Jones,
no.
Tyler Huntley,
Pro Bowlers.
Joe Flacco,
No,
Big Ben.
no.
If we could go back in time
What
and
about
get like,
Stafford? You know, it would be great if we get Stafford, dude.
nah, he got too banged up.
We
He
should
was a dope.
have.
He's
Stafford
a monster
he got too banged up.
and didn't even
B,
flinch.
he was a dome quarterback, and then he went to LA.
Alexa off. Steelers polka just started playing.
Dude, you've got AI taking over your home.
What is going on?
Remember when you tried to grill steaks and
Steelers
your
polka
Traeger
just
needed
came
a
on
factory reset?
during an Observers episode with the garbage can just opened. Does that mean they're garbage?
The
I'm
robots
gonna
are
take
taking
one,
over
I'm
your
gonna take
home.
one more tiny. But how much longer we got here? Take one
I
more.
thought this was unlimited. This is it for the season, right?
Yeah. What's the, I think off season schedule is come back for the Super Bowl, do a Super Bowl episode. Some prop
Unless something
bets.
crazy happens, like there's some crazy announcement and we have to do an emergency like
Tomlin
episode. Yeah,
signs an
I'd say Super.
extension.
That'd be the only thing. Or if like TJ died.
We're gonna
Don't
have
put, why would you put that out there?
I don't believe in that shit. God wouldn't do that.
We
He's
could
just a
talk
good
about
person.
believing it. Okay. We'll let that go. I don't want to get us flagged on
the
YouTube.
Senior Bowl is February.
I think we're already
3rd.
flagged by the copyright song I played at the beginning.
Yeah,
I just thought
most
of that.
definitely we will. We'll be paying rights.
For 10 seconds?
I'm sure
If?
it'll get picked up. I'll let you know.
How do they know that? Someone really listening to that?
No, the machines can hear that, dude.
I was gonna say I got in trouble for
Chris can sing that.
They can hear the exact wavelengths and no.
Really? Man. Can't do it's just like the NFL defenses. You can't do anything anymore.
NFL's dead.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? Like if you could make
Okay.
your move at quarterback, what would it be?
If I make my move at quarterback, I would find a way to bring in Russell Wilson. If I couldn't get him, depending on what happened with Dak, Fields, like Wilson would be my one. Like I would want him first. But thing is with him, you gotta he's gotta be part of that process, I think. Like picking the next OC. But I think he's the best option going to be out there.
Could you imagine him trying to hold hands and pray with George Pickens?
Dude, he's tested. He's done it.
He didn't answer the question, but
when he was in Seattle, you did not bet against him. Literally. Like he was in every game.
I'm surprised because you
What
called
do
him
you think?
cringe. You said he was the most cringe player in the league.
He's disgusting as a person. Like I would never be his friend.
Disgusting as a person? Disgusting? Going to
he's
the,
gonna be
the hospital and
36.
stuff?
Not disgusting, just like cringy. This is like what he is. I was like trying too hard.
It's like, dude, you're so nice. Like, quit.
Not even nice. It's like,
Like, what?
Mr. What
Like-
dangerous? Like what did he call him? What was his alter ego? Like that kind of stuff. I don't want him to say anything. Like my quarterback doesn't speak.
Big Ben had a radio show. My quarterback doesn't speak.
Yeah, I
Fuck
didn't like
outta
it.
here.
I did not like it. Did he do that
Man.
did he do that his whole career?
He stopped it at a point. Something
Yeah, at
In
the
the
happened.
end.
beginning. I mean, the beginning. Ron Cook baited him into that.
Boy, oh boy, I
Man,
tell you what.
All right, Smo, what's yours then? Okay, mine's Russ. If we can't get Russ or Dak or Brock Purdy, what about what's Kyler Murray doing? What's Tua doing?
Not Tua.
I
No.
don't want-
No Tua.
What's Bryce Young doing? They sold on him.
they're
Bryce
not dumping
Young.
Bryce Young.
They just
And
yeah.
I mean, look at the draft. This is a great quarterback draft.
I don't think a rookie does it for this team. I think that we have
You don't know that.
what
Dude, that's the
we've
thing. You can't say that because you just don't know. They come out of nowhere. Look what Ben did his rookie year.
game managed.
Game managed almost to the Super Bowl.
That team was fucking. That team is not this team.
Yeah.
That
Like,
team
we're
was
being-
only in position to draft Ben because of crazy amounts of injuries the year before.
If
because
you
they
could
weren't that
take, who's your first? Who could realistically last to 21 quarterbacks?
Bo Nix,
You're gonna give me.
like, I don't know. I've seen enough of Bo Nix. I don't know, man. There's not many of these guys.
Bo Nix is a great quarterback.
Dude, I watched him play every game at Auburn.
Auburn wasn't right for him.
Okay. The Steelers offense is not.
Steelers
Oregon
offense.
playing
He
in a
was born to
Pac-12.
be. He was born to be a Steeler.
Okay. He was born to be an Auburn Tiger.
How long have we been talking?
Not long enough.
Over an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Do we gotta end this? All right, go with your your quarterback.
I do think we're too good to tank. I don't think we're in a position to where a rookie comes in and like really makes it happen. And I feel like, yeah, they need to push the chips in. You can't waste TJ's years. Like, you just like owe it to these guys. If you're like running a team, and then before these offensive contracts come up, and that to me is either you're calling Chicago to see what they're doing. If you truly have scouted Fields and looked around, depending on what coordinator you get, I think you look at that. And then if not, like, Russ is the backup. It's similar like when the Rams just like were like, we need a quarterback. They've got Aaron Donald, all these dudes. Here, Detroit. Here's
They
everything.
gave
for
up a
Matt
ton
Stafford.
for Stafford.
Yeah, and that's it. They went for it. We're not going to waste Aaron Donald's years.
But Chris hates McVay.
I don't hate McVay. I said if there was another coach that he was the only other one I could see. So that's not hate. Also,
I didn't know you said that.
getting back
Is
to
that on
quarterback,
camera?
getting back to quarterback. I don't think it's on camera. It may be.
Because
it
you
is.
know how I feel about McVay.
Yeah, you want to be his best friend. But as far as quarterback, have we considered Baker Mayfield?
I'd take
Just throwing it
Baker.
out there.
Yes.
I'm throwing it out there.
I'd take Baker.
What? You
Baker
take
took-
Baker Mayfield?
Baker took the Browns to the playoffs. It took the Bucks to the playoffs, and they are beating.
He's winning
the
right
Eagles
now.
right now. Yeah, he's in the front. We're
What is
2
that
minutes.
score?
2 minutes, 16 seconds left.
64% completion, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions this year for a Tampa team that's what, Mike Evans, and who else is on that team?
Baker knows
no 1,000-yard rusher. They had a rusher go for 990. Their second highest leading rusher was 176 yards. So he's got no rushing game.
Yeah, but the NFC South is terrible.
Yeah, but Grant,
He's
is
been
accurate.
in the AFC North before.
He's an accurate thrower of the
And
football.
limped in.
And
Huh?
would get, well, that's because he was getting murdered. Oh, you mean the team?
I bled
But
for us tonight.
yeah, I mean Baker could be another one if we wanted to
No.
compare him. And Baker's younger than Russell Wilson.
He's not as good.
All
He
right.
doesn't have
Well,
the
here's
pedigree.
you like our receiver talent. Here's Baker. Here's the Tampa two receivers. Mike Evans, 79 catches for 1255 and 13 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, 83 for 1024 and 2 touchdowns. Show DJ and Pickens those numbers and see if they want Baker in a passing offense.
They might have a better coordinator, dude. Who's their coordinator?
Dave Canals.
Hall of Fame, obviously.
He was the offensive quality control, then assistant quarterbacks, then wide receivers, then quarterbacks, then passing game coordinator, then quarterbacks, all with the Seahawks. So he knows
Right.
Russ.
Right. Elite. All
Oh,
right,
yeah.
let's land this plane. We gave the season a C. Pretty much status quo for what we've been. The standard that is the standard. I think consensus is we like Tomlin. We want to see him do well here. But he has to give up some control. And we need a quarterback. The quarterback is the great eraser.
As is
Let's say
an
that-
OC.
Oh, did Baker? Is that another touchdown pass for Baker?
You're making that up.
Looks like it. It's 24-9 now.
Wow.
56-yard
I'm
touchdown
losing a ton
reception.
of money today.
Trey Palmer. I can't believe you would bet on Philly.
We need an OC.
Well, then
dude.
Philly sucks.
OC first to open it up, and then figure out the quarterback. What that guy wants to do.
Go get a name for OC, man.
I just put up a random article. 3 candidates: Gerard Johnson, who is the quarterbacks coach of the Houston Texans right now. Clint Kubiak, the passing game coordinator for the 49ers.
What about Bieniemy?
Bieniemy? Any of these failed head coaches?
McCarthy, Bieniemy.
You got to find
Carroll.
someone. You got to bring everybody in, show them the roster. Like this is what we got. We got 2
Would we want to go
horses in the backfield. We got 2 who could be elite wide receivers.
Anybody
got
from college that we should consider?
pass catching tight end threat. We got weapons. Show us how you would utilize them.
Yeah, the good news, I think, Kahn and Weidel, their first draft, like you said, was great.
Yeah.
So we get another one comparable, but we have to have a quarterback.
I think it starts with the OC. I want an OC that says, you give me these weapons, I will put an offense together that scores points, much like they do in San Francisco.
But the
Give me
only
Jimmy
thing I have to say
Garoppolo,
about that-
we'll win games. Give me Brock Purdy, we'll win games. Give me Trey Lance, we'll win games.
but we're winning games with
If that's the case, we could
But I
stick
mean,
with
by
Kenny
putting
then,
up
right?
points and
Right.
winning games.
right.
We
We're
could-
winning
then we
games.
could-
That what I would say DC may be more important because we're winning games, we're getting into the playoffs, but we're getting dick kicked in.
Yeah, but we need an offense, dude. We gotta this like run of backing our way in or like winning these 1-score games on like miracles that could go like we got to start winning some games by like 2 scores. Like we can't be we gotta be like a competent offense that like puts people away.
We
Goes
didn't
up
even do that with
14-0.
Ben.
Like Jesus.
All right, boys. Good season, man. We did our best.
Observers out. Nah.
We will be back for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl week, we'll come back to an episode, throw out some prop bets, maybe
Unless there's some
will-
big news beforehand.
Yeah, maybe something will have happened. But thank you all for listening for the year. It was really fun. Thank you too for carrying it when I was suicidal and traveling.
I recorded one from Australia, dude. There's no excuses next year.
I'm not as tough as you, dude.
So this
you
is
know.
we knew that already.
Listen, if you don't have the Zoom link, the show doesn't go on. If Smoke gets hit
Shout out
by
to
a
my
bus,
employer and the paid Zoom account.
yeah, if Smoke gets hit by a bus, the observers are out forever because Chris and I can't do this.
No, uh-uh.
Yeah. So thank you,
It'll just
everyone.
be a
Thank you,
live feed of Chris doing push-ups.
thank you to yeah. Chris's Instagram will be the official show.
And we've got what, like 4 months until the schedule release? Isn't
Yeah,
it
we'll get
May?
into that. We'll
I
get
think it's
into
May.
that next
I'm
episode.
so sad, man. I had fun recording. I liked having the guests. Oh yeah, thank you to all the guests that
Yeah,
joined
thank you to the
us.
guests that joined. I think my last guest, man,
It's been a while.
it's been I haven't even talked to a guest in a long time.
I had a couple that I could have asked to be on for the Buffalo game, but we just had to get that episode out. Turns out we could have waited a day to do it anyways because the game got delayed. Congratulations, Buffalo Bills, for
Congrats to the Bills.
the victory.
Any
I mean, you did. I want to put this out there. Y'all did complain about Sunday, had the game moved to Monday. You got the snow off the field and whatnot. So I don't want to hear too much from Bills Mafia about being like tough and whatnot and like in the elements and all that stuff ever again because of that. But
this is an
you want
asterisk game.
you
The
want
Super
a you
Bowl
want a
winner,
ball game.
the Super Bowl winner, may or may not have had to play us if we play yesterday. I don't know. Who knows?
We'll never
Yeah.
know.
Any last word? Any favorites for the rest of the year? I have the Ravens plus 550 for the Super Bowl, so 100 to win 550. Financially, I'm rooting for them. Heart wise, I would love to see the Lions win.
Yeah, I want to see someone new. I'm
yeah.
fine with anybody that's new. So give me Buffalo and Kansas City, no. San Francisco, no. Green Bay, I wouldn't mind. Houston,
Buffalo's
I wouldn't
new.
mind.
I mean, Buffalo
I
would
don't-
be fine.
I mean, just like teams that haven't been around, they've been in the mix. These
Houston
past
would
few
be
years.
cool. Houston,
Yeah,
Lions,
Houston,
Green
Detroit.
Bay.
I realize this is like a completely different Tampa team, but like we've seen Tampa recently, so just someone new.
Yeah. Chris, anybody you like?
I mean, it feels like if you don't play the Ravens consistently, they just blow you out. So
Yeah, that would be I mean, like I said, financially that's my pick, but with my heart living here, that would be hard to swallow. That's what she
dude,
said.
I didn't tell y'all, but I got into it with a guy at the grocery store the other
I'm not
day.
surprised. I mean, that's
He
you,
started it
bro.
with me.
That's obviously as usual.
Yeah,
I'm a
Steph Curry?
lightning,
like
I'm
Atlanta.
a lightning
Steph Curry?
rod. I've almost been tased, and then I was
It's
getting
not like you
heckled at the
both pay
Raiders game.
taxes.
I'm sorry, what?
You both pay taxes.
What's the difference?
All right. I'll see you guys. Thank you, everyone. Chris, go ahead. Lay it out one more time.
It was fun. Observers out.